What's up, y'all? What's up? Before we get into this live, just remember that tonight, I'm coming here a little early today because tonight at 6 o'clock, I'm going to be over on Miss T Velocity's page. We're going to be doing the Beloved 2-time spicy hot chicken leg challenge. I don't know how much of them chicken legs I'm going to be eating, but I'll be over there. So y'all come on over and join us over to Miss T Velocity. I'm going to get her link again and drop it in the chat so you guys can join me at 6 o'clock on over there. So that's why we're here a little early today, honey. We're a little early today. Because I still want to come and see y'all on this Good Friday afternoon. So listen, y'all. Ooh, y'all, let's go on and get into this. Listen, Abby, it's cool, girl. Go take your nap. We good. It is cool. Go take your nap, baby, because I know your sleep is precious. You can go and take your nap. Hey, Liam, I'm glad to see you here. What's up, Star? Hey, Taurus. What's up, Star? Hey, Mimi. What's up, little baby? El Teddy, you good too, boo? I mean, I know you always in the bushes, but it's all good. Hey, Brandon. Hey, Nico. Listen. I mean, here's all I'm gonna have to say. So I'm gonna say this and then we're gonna move on because ain't nobody got time for this bullshit. Y'all know there's like a whole, we do our thing over here. What's up, Miss Honey? How'd I get all the same chicken legs? I just got some chicken legs and we're gonna put the sauce on there. I bought the sauce. So it's Beloved. This is what she used when she did her challenge. And you can get it on Amazon. It was like $7 on Amazon. And then when I'm done with it, I'm going to give it to my sister because she loves hot sauce. She can have this because I ain't no hot sauce person. And I'm probably going to only use about 3-4 drops of it tonight. Listen. Now, Beloved, she saturates it, right? And she eats the chicken legs and she don't drink no water. I can promise you I'm not doing that. That I can promise. That won't be happening. What's up, Yana? Hey, boo. So, listen. What's dumb? Doing the challenge. I mean, it might be dumb, but listen, she got over 1 million subscribers on YouTube doing these dumb ass challenges. Hey, I ain't even knocking her hustle. I ain't knocking her hustle. Me and El Teddy need to do the next time, not this time we're gonna see each other, but the next time we all around each other, me and El Teddy need to get some of the Beloved's crab sauce, and we need to do like a mukbang with some crab. Like we need to get the big crabs. We're gonna have to put some money in and get the big crabs, and we need to do something with Beloved sauce because I think I heard that her sauce is good. I haven't tried it, and you can order her sauce, I think, on her website and all that stuff too. Anyway, that's something different for another time. But that's what we're gonna be doing at 6 o'clock. So I only have about an hour to had this conversation with y'all. So what's up, Dark Liquor Camp? So I'm not gonna waste a whole lot. Hey Xavier, I'm not gonna waste a whole lot of time on this other stuff. Alleged. What ain't alleged? It ain't alleged. Some hoe had my name in his mouth yesterday, right? One of these people down here to the YouTube. I'm not even gonna entertain the name, but allegedly, my hair's. Allegedly, I'm ugly. I'm fat. I look like Henrietta Hippo. My hair always nappy. My teeth is gapped. I got holes all in my teeth. All of these things, right? And all I can say to that is, if you know that much about me, bitch, you're a fan. Because half these motherfuckers, when they say a name, I be like, who? Because I don't know you, because I don't watch you. But if you know that much about me, you're a fan. And with that, we're going to move on to the rest of our agenda because we got other shit over here to talk about, okay? We got things going on over here, all right? Okay. Now, Deshaun Watson. First of all, when we get done over here, y'all run on over to L. Teddy's place and check his video that he dropped yesterday about Deshaun Watson, okay? If you don't know who Deshaun Watson is, he is a quarterback for the Houston Texans. Wait a minute. Wait a minute, what? I'm sorry. I picked up my phone to do one thing. We ain't cutting nobody. It's me. Do you know we on a whole nother agenda over here. Ain't nobody got time for that bullshit. So Deshaun Watson is a football player. He's black. I just feel like I need to say that part. Football player for the Houston Texans. Allegedly, we have 3 women have come forward to accuse him of sexual assault. I'm gonna just read y'all a little synopsis. This is from either the Shade Room or Jasmine Brand, not sure which one. A 3rd woman has come forward to accuse NFL player Deshaun Watson of sexual assault. According to reports, a woman that is being identified as Jane Doe to protect her identity has filed a lawsuit against Deshaun Watson, claiming he forced her to perform oral sex in December of last year. The woman, who is a masseuse, claims that Watson initially reached out to her via Instagram in order to set up an appointment at a Houston, Texas office building on December 28th, 2020. So this is very recent, you guys. Because the first thing people want to say when a woman comes forward, why she wait so long? Why she ain't say nothing? Okay, well, this is within the last couple of months. Okay. She alleges that the famous athlete was adamant that she focused on massaging his inner thigh and inner glutes, and he soon got more aggressive. The lawsuit also claims that Deshaun Watson eventually coerced Jane Doe to move her mouth toward his penis, forcing Jane Doe to perform oral sex on him. According to Jane Doe, she never consented to the sex act and blacked out for a few minutes from the fear. In addition to that, her suit also mentions she was so terrified she defecated on herself.
I never took a straight path nowhere. Life's full of twists and turns.
Hey, Cameron, how you doing, boo? It's up to 9 women now. Hey, obviously authentic. Hello. Hey, you guys. Hey, Bat. Seems kind of like Houston was hiding this for him, and now he's wanting to leave. They decided to ruin him. That is a very interesting thought, Bat, because those of you who follow football know that Deshaun Watson just recently was traded to another team. And you know what I always say over here? I always say where there's smoke, there's fire. That does not mean that it's true. El Teddy said, hold on, let me turn my ringer off, child. These group chats get to going off. Okay. El Teddy, said it's up to 9 now and that the text messages are out there. So you guys, more and more information is dropping, and you guys can go and read more information for yourself. What I will say is, whenever stories like this come out and it's he say, she say, it's always a hard place to be. Now, I have not seen the text messages, and I will go look at that, and maybe at some point, El Teddy and I might discuss it. And some other people, we may have like a little panel, not just about this story, but just in general about some things, and we can get into it a little bit more. Generally speaking, I'm just of the mindset of where there's smoke, there's fire. That's not to say that if it's one accuser, we shouldn't believe them. That's not what I'm saying either. But when you start, because I truly believe that people they have habits, right? If you a thief, you a thief. Like, most people don't just steal one time, right? If you're a thief, you're a thief. That doesn't mean that, you might not have accidentally did something. That don't even mean that one day you wanted something really, really bad. You dropped it in your pocket. You held your breath. You were scared to death. And you was like, oh, I ain't never doing that again. But in that moment, at that time, I really, really wanted whatever it was that I wanted. I'm not talking about that kind of stuff. But y'all know what I'm saying. If somebody just a booster, they a booster. That's what they do. You ain't just robbed one store. You robbed multiple stores, right? If you a cheater, you a cheater. Most people don't cheat one time. Most people, they cheat us. It's patterns. There's exceptions to every rule. And so what I mean, so that's why I say where there's smoke, there's fire, because a lot of times you hear of one story and then it's almost like the dam broke, right? All of a sudden now you start hearing all these stories, because now all it takes is for that one person to say it happened to me. And then people start feeling more confident about coming out with their stories. I'm not saying that he's guilty or innocent. I ain't got no heaven or hell to put nobody in. I hate Dewana. I just think it is very, very interesting. And I'm with you, Miss Honey. I got questions. I do have questions. Bap, your point is valid. She said the woman's lawyer is good friends with the Texas owner. I think they used to be neighbors. And that's what I'm saying. Like I'm not, again, I ain't saying I've been roguish. Me? I've been roguish? What I do? Hey, KK. How you doing, baby? Hope you feeling good today. Hope you having a good day. I know you had a rough couple of weeks, baby. This ain't looking good for Deshaun, and unlike other stories, from what I'm reading, there seems to be clear, specific descriptions, which is why I'm leaning on the victim side. Listen, there does seem to be a pattern. If the women are telling the truth, there does seem to be a pattern. I will say this, especially by this being the off season, especially by this him going to a new team, it's going to get worse before it gets better. It's going to get worse before it gets better. That's all I'm going to say. Hey, what's up, Button Jessica? Hey, baby. It's going to get worse before it gets better, y'all. Y'all know how this goes. Once that dam breaks, even if all them women are lying, which we don't know if they are or not, but even if all them women are lying, it's going to be a rough couple of months for them. A rough couple of months. No, I'm saying the person is registered from way back. Register what? I'm lost, Miss Honey. Wait a minute. Maybe I missed something. Hold on. Let me roll back up. Oh, you saying he been roguish. Oh. After the forced BJ accusations, he's probably toast. And like I said, I have not seen the text messages, so I don't know if the text messages lean towards guilt or innocence. Honestly, that's something that I have to kind of go back and study. So I don't know. I have to go find out. I have to go figure that out. Tony Busby is the lawyer's name. Yeah, and let's be clear. Some things came out about Deshaun Watson before some stuff came out about him before he came into the league, or around the time he came into the league. I think it was cleared up, or the accusations were dropped and things of that nature. But some things, El Teddy, correct me if I'm wrong, because I may be thinking about the wrong player, but I thought some stuff had come out about, not to this degree, but some things in college with Deshaun Watson. Is Deshaun Watson the one that stole the crab legs? Is that Deshaun Watson? El Teddy, help me out. Or my other football fans in the room, help me out. And I know that there's a big difference between stealing crab legs and sexual assault. I'm not equating. I'm just trying to make sure I got the right person in my head, y'all. That's all I'm doing. I ain't equating it. He apologized for the text. He likes his ass play. So we're not biting. Listen, Miss Honey, I want to go see. I try to be very careful. I don't want to shame I don't want to do no victim shaming, even though I've been accused of that in the past, but I don't want to do no victim shaming. But honestly, that's kind of what I was thinking too. I'm just saying, it's just me. Okay, so that's not Deshaun Watson. Who am I thinking about, El Teddy? Because he was down there in Florida that stole the crab legs. You know who I'm talking about. He one of your people down in Florida. Well, didn't he play for Florida State? You know who I'm talking about, El Teddy. I just hated that this always happens to these black athletes, but the white athletes are beating their wives and girlfriends and killing them too, and that's always being brushed under the table. Well, you know, Cameron, I agree 100%. It is what, unfortunately, Jameis Winston, that's who I'm thinking about. Thank you, Mimi. Thank you, El Teddy, because I certainly do not want to, because I like Deshaun Watson. I mean, clearly, if he's a sexual predator, I would have to rethink some things. But I mean, I'm not a Houston Texans fan, but I like Deshaun Watson. And I thought, you know, so I was getting, and I hate to say it, I know that's going to sound ignorant to me, but I guess I got my black quarterbacks mixed up. I apologize. Hey, what's up, number one Eagle fan? I'm just saying, if I'm terrified, you don't want to put nothing in my mouth. I'm just saying too. I feel the same way. And again, I can't put myself in the, I can't walk a mile in the shoe. You know, again, I don't want to come off as victim shame. I can't walk a mile in the shoes of the victim. But y'all go check out El Teddy's video, because y'all know how he does his, when he does it, he doesn't do like a lot of like special reports type stuff, but when he does, he generally has got all his eggs in a row, and he giving you some good stuff. So y'all go check, not right now, wait till we done. Don't go right now, but when we done, y'all go check El Teddy out. But yeah, I just want to throw that out there, because again, I hate to hear it, but if he's guilty, he's guilty. You know, I agree 100% with what you're saying, Cameron. Here's the thing. I think a lot of times what people hear, not what we said, but what people hear is, well, if the white people get away with it, why the black people can't get away with it? And that's not what we're saying. What we're saying is, let's treat us equally. If you're gonna get a white man that beat his girlfriend after he told her to bow down to him, and we're gonna give his ass the benefit of the doubt, then let's give everybody the benefit of the doubt. You understand what I'm saying? At least I don't want to put words in your mouth, Cameron, but that's what I'm thinking, because I know that's what I be thinking. I don't want just because you black, I don't want you getting away with nothing. If you're a criminal and if you're guilty, then you're guilty. But what I do want is some equality. Let us all just treat us all the same. Treat us all the same. That is it. That is all. That's it. That's all. You know, I hate to hear it. Like I said, I definitely don't want to be here for the downfall of another black athlete. But again, if it's let the investigation play out. Now, I do find something curious that El Teddy, I know you at work and you might not be able to give me all the deets on this, but if you can, or if somebody else can, answer me this question, and then we're gonna move on. Did she go to the police and they say that she doesn't have a case and that's why she's suing? Or did she just go straight to a lawyer? I'm curious. It's the coercing part. The report says he threatened to ruin her career, but it also says she passed out, which is ... confusing. Yeah. Yeah. I can see how that would be confusing. Okay, so all right, Cameron, thank you, because I definitely didn't want to put words in your mouth, but you said that's exactly what you said, equality. So she gives private massages as a career. She has to have some safety protocols. Listen, Miss Honey, I agree with you 100%. I have had private massages before. There absolutely has to be some protocols in place. There has to be a way to protect yourself, especially if you're a woman doing it. I've had private massages on two different occasions. One time, I was actually in Indianapolis and I was visiting a friend, and she had used this. It was a guy though, and she had used him before. And he came over. You know, I do not remember what. I think because they already had a prior relationship, because she had used him before, that maybe it wasn't an issue, but maybe, and also maybe because it was a guy, That don't mean that a guy can't get, his ass whooped, but Then I did it one time when I was on vacation, but I was at a resort. And it was one of those things, it was just a service where you could have a masseuse come to your room rather than go to the spa. So I think there it was a little different as well because I was a registered guest. They had my personal information. I had to make an appointment, that kind of thing. So that may have been the difference there as well. But I agree, Miss Honey, if that is your line of work, there definitely should be some protocols in place. Because you're definitely setting yourself up. I don't want to say that masseuse equals sex because, we're dealing with that right now with the situation down in Atlanta. That people in their mind are equating massage with sex, whether it's true or not. Y'all know what I'm saying. I ain't going down that road right now. But what I will say is, I'm looking at that's a good point, Ms. Honey. I just don't understand. Yeah, Cameron, for her to be that afraid, I mean, I know it can happen. I don't think I've ever been that afraid before. I definitely know it can happen. What kind of safety protocols would be in place? It's not like it's at a spa. Well, I know, but if you're an independent contractor, that's up to you to figure out what safety protocols you're gonna put in place. Again, if you are a stripper, I've hired female strippers for different situations in my pay, in my life. And usually, again, there's, you have to submit ID, to verify that you are who you say you are, that you're hiring. I've had, boyfriends show up with the strippers. I've been at events where they have female strippers and male strippers and stuff like that, where usually the male strippers are fine. They come by themselves and it ain't no issue. But the female strippers, usually bring somebody with them or have somebody drop them off. That's probably right downstairs kind of thing. So I think, especially if you're an independent contractor, that is definitely a conversation you need to figure out for yourself and what you feel comfortable with. I certainly would have something. I mean, I don't know. In this day and age, you could videotape the session. At this point in the game, I'm gonna be honest with you. If I were in that line of work, if I were a masseuse, I would probably get a waiver to videotape the session. And then once the session is over and the money has exchanged hands, all right, we're going to delete the video. But just to protect me and protect you, we videotaping the session. And when the session is over, once I got my coat on, I done packed up my equipment and I'm on my way out the door, and I make sure that the Cash App or the Zelle or the PayPal or whatever, however we doing this, has gone through. Here, delete it. You can see it right here on my phone. Hit the delete button. Boom, it's gone. And the other side is, if nothing illicit happened, it shouldn't matter whether I delete the video or not. Although I would still offer, okay, we're going to delete it. But if you ain't do nothing that you weren't supposed to do and I ain't do nothing that I wasn't supposed to do, who gives a damn? I could be using it for training purposes as long as it don't show your face. The woman you're talking about has the weakest case. The court doc in my video is another woman, and her case is much more damning. Okay. Hey, Anton, how you doing, boo? Yeah. So, again, go over there and check, because I ain't gonna lie, I haven't seen. I saw the video drop yesterday. I've had a really crazy 24 hours. It's been a crazy couple of weeks for me, y'all. It's been a lot. I gave y'all a little something about what's going on, but it's just been a lot going on my side of the world. So I did not see it, El Teddy's video yet, but I was gonna talk about it yesterday. And I said I was going to talk about, so y'all going over to El Teddy's house again when we done here. And y'all see what he's talking about. And he's having are you having silly Saturdays tomorrow? Maybe he'll talk about it a little bit more on silly Saturdays. But it saves to the cloud a lot of times, even if you delete it off your phone. I get it, El Teddy. But all I'm saying is, what can we do to protect ourselves? That's, at this point in the game, that's what I would do. That's what I would do. But that's me. And here's the reality of it. You don't have to let me, you don't have to let me hire another masseuse. If I'm really concerned about my safety, hire another masseuse. Or y'all have to figure out some way to meet in the middle. That's what I'm confused. How far did this actually go? Was it an attempt or did he fall? No, she said she gave him fellatio. I mean, she had said it had happened. But I agree, Otedi. There is no perfect right, exactly, Bab. Darren Sharper, I remember when the accusations first came out, people felt that way too. And then we see what he is now. Hey, Dominic, I finally saw your the video you sent me. I watched some of it earlier today. I'm gonna finish watching the rest of it, and then we'll see if we'll talk about it. We're gonna have Love and Huntsville marriage on Saturday. So the next time we talk about Love and Marriage Huntsville, I will have watched the whole thing and we can address it. I know the video's kind of old now, but thank you for sending it to me. I did get it. I don't understand, listen, me and Instagram, we got a love-hate relationship. It just seemed like I won't see nothing, and then all of a sudden, like 5 messages will pop up. I don't know what I'm doing wrong because it's clearly user error. Because it ain't like Instagram got it out for me. It's clearly user error. Something I'm doing. Okay. Privacy or protection, that's the big question as we as people need to confront with ourselves. Absolutely. Absolutely. Can't do silly Saturday, might go live tonight. Okay. All right. Well, if he, and I can't dictate his agenda, but if he goes live tonight, he may or may not readdress it. But like I said, go watch the video. He did a whole video on it. So y'all go check out the video. And then if you have follow-up questions, y'all be in his chat later on this evening. If he go live, make sure you got your notifications set. Good afternoon. I got complimentation. Your perfume, compliments on your perfume. Okay, because listen, okay. I am early today. I am because I'm going to be doing the 2-time spicy challenge. Oh, let me get Miss T Velocity link, and I'm gonna drop her link so you guys can meet me over there at 6:00. What time is it now? It's 5:15. Already got a few more minutes. Thank you, Quintessential. I got something for y'all. I ordered some stuff, and when it get here, baby, I got something for y'all. For those of you who love haiku, we're talking about Avon now. For those of you who love haiku, we've been talking about haiku a week or so ago, and how they have like the 2 other scents. Avon got something new for y'all, and I'm gonna bring it to y'all as soon as it get. I already ordered it. Avon is quick, so it'll probably be here this before the weekend is over, and we're gonna talk about it. You know what? I forgot to put that in my title, but no, let's go on and talk about, okay. Let me make 2 quick announcements. Yeah, girl, go ahead and reorder that Skin So Soft. And the rest of y'all better go on and get y'all that Skin So Soft, okay? Y'all, listen, I don't know if this is true or not, but I'm going to go on and say it. You know that the Skin So Soft keep the mosquitoes away, right? That's why everybody loves it for the summer, because the Skin So Soft, the mosquitoes don't like the smell of it. It keep them away. Listen. Y'all know them cicadas is coming back in May. I don't know if it's going to do anything for the cicadas or not, but it can't hurt, can it? Go on and get you some and be ready. That's all I'm saying. Go on and get you some Skin So Soft and be ready, because the cicadas going to be here next month. That's all I'm saying. Hey, Bilo. You still on the clock? Okay, well, thanks for coming through. All right, I do have 2 quick clarifications to make, and then we're going to talk about Kirk Franklin. I love Skin So Soft. When I get out the shower, I love putting it on like I'm still wet, putting it on right after I get out the shower. And like you said, going to bed. Ooh. All right. 2 quick clarifications. 1, I was telling you guys yesterday about Bronzeville, the podcast. It's season 2. The Tate brothers, Lorenz Tate and his brother, it's got Lawrence Fishburne and the Harris brothers and Tika Sumpter and all that good stuff. Yes, I do like the gel diamond pearl gem. I like the gel too. Aren't cicadas and locusts the same thing? But these are the ones that come at once every Tika Sumpter is in it too. She plays the sister. When you listen to it, she's the sister. I said that it was based on a neighborhood in Detroit from the 1930s. That is not accurate. It is Chicago. So quintessential Socrates. I meant to send him a text, but I was listening to it this morning when I was out, and I was out early at like 6:00 this morning. So I want to text him at 6:00 in the morning. But it was based on a neighborhood in Chicago in the 1930s. Now, the name of the podcast is called Bronze, Bronze Ville. I cannot say for certain that the neighborhood was called Bronzeville, or if it's based on a neighborhood and they decided to name it Bronzeville, but it's very equivalent to Harlem. Oh, thank you, Quintessential. I'm gonna tell you something. Quintessential be on it. Quintessential be like, baby, I said I'm gonna order. I said I'm gonna order. Thank you so much. You ordered you some Skin So Soft on Tuesday. Thank you, Miss Honey. So it is Bronzeville. Okay, it's close to Hyde Park. Okay, so the podcast, so Bronzeville is the actual historic neighborhood, and it was like the equivalent of New York's Harlem. It was the movers and shakers, and it was run by a Black family for the most part. They ran the numbers, they ran, the policy, they had the club, everything went through them for the most part until the white mob tried to push in on their territory, which is very reminiscent if you've seen the movie Hoodlum and what happened with Bumpy Johnson and that whole situation. Very, very reminiscent of that. So y'all go check it out. But I wanted to clear that up because yesterday I said Detroit, and it is not Detroit, it is Chicago. So I wanted to make sure I clear that up and give credit because I got my Chicago people in the room, and I know that one of them was going to correct me eventually. So I wanted to make sure I got it right. You love the fact that the Tate brothers are making a comeback. And Lorenz said that he shopped the show because it was originally supposed to be a series, and it became a podcast because nobody would pick it up. And he shopped it. He said he shopped it to every major network, and they told him there would be no audience for it. That's what they always say about Black shows. Wouldn't nobody look at it? Won't nobody want to see this? Don't nobody want. But I think this would make an excellent limited series. Excellent. And Godfather of Harlem is coming back. Season 2 starts in April. Downloading now. You were waiting for this. Yeah, season. I didn't even know season 2 had started. I think I was scrolling through the Jasmine brand, and Lorenz Tate did an interview talking about season 2, and I was like, oh shoot, because I listen to so many podcasts that a lot of times, if they don't drop new episodes, it sort of gets kicked to the back of the line. And when I go into my podcast, I only see the ones that new episodes have been uploaded. So it's been about a year since they uploaded a new episode, so it was kicked to the back. I didn't even know that it was a new one there. Anyway. Well, season 1 did really good, Xavier. Season 1 did really well. So, yes, that's another reason why I'm hyping it up, because I do want y'all to check it out. But, Lisa, I saw you drop in here. Hey, C. Golden. Anybody else that I missed? I'm sorry. Okay. He was on Essence Magazine talking about, I'm telling y'all, check it out. Listen, if y'all go listen to it, we'll talk about it. We'll have a conversation about it because it's really good. And if you haven't, and they're quick episodes. They're like 20, 30-minute episodes. Most of us, I know some of y'all still aren't actually leaving the house to go to work, but for most of y'all that are driving to work, it's a commute. Most people live at least 20 minutes from their job, at least 20 to 30 minutes from their job. It's a commute. You listen to an episode a day, you'll get caught up, because I think the first season might have had 10 episodes, if that many. And then season 2, we're only in episode 3, I think. Episode 2 or 3. Anyway. All right. The second thing I wanted to clear up is not a mistake that I made. It's a mistake that they made, but I reported it, so let me clear it up. Forbes magazine said, hold up. Kanye West ain't nobody's $6.8 billion baby. They said it's more like 1.8. Well, excuse the fuck out of me. I will take 1.8 billion, although there's a big difference between 6 point whatever billion and 1.8 billion. But ma'am and sir, I will take it. But they were saying that the reports of him being the richest Black man in U.S. history is not accurate. Now, I remember Forbes got into a whole thing a few years ago because they said that Kylie had all this money that she really didn't have. Come to find out that the Kardashians was playing, 3-card Monty with her money. And they had to come back and correct themselves that it was not accurate, that they had said that she was the youngest billionaire and this, and this. So we need to clear that up, that it's closer to 1.8 billion, which again ain't nothing to sneeze at. Okay. And I found it very interesting that all of a sudden I saw today that Kim is struggling. She's struggling with her decision to divorce Kanye. Why, Kim? Why you struggling all of a sudden with your decision to divorce Kanye? Is it because of that airtight prenup, girl? Is that what it is, honey? Although Kim got more than enough money, child, she fine. Now remember, Kim K bought half the shares in his. Oh well, there you go. Listen, you ain't never lied about that, Miss Honey. I take $1.80 tax free if you're giving it. You better say that again. He needs to worry about being rich and mental health. Now, I agree with that. I'm going to be honest with y'all. I foresee, and I'm really surprised that this ain't the way the Kardashians went with this. Because I don't give them a whole lot of credit. Call it what you want. I don't give the Kardashians a whole lot of damn credit. Let's just call a spade a spade. I'm really surprised they didn't try to do what they did to Britney and get them some conservatorship over him. I'm really, really surprised that and I think maybe they tried or something, because think about it. He has minor children and he does not have, from my understanding, he doesn't have any more immediate siblings. He might have some half siblings, but he's the only son between his mom and his dad. Now, his dad might have had more children, but outside of his wife and his minor children, he doesn't have any more immediate family at this point, does he? That I know of. So God forbid he has another mental break or he's off his meds, which happens a lot with people who suffer from mental illness. Who then is going to step in and make sure that, and he's manic depressive, and people who are manic do, especially when they have money. I mean, people who are manic without money do crazy things with money. That's how they end up in debt and all kinds of stuff. When they come down off of that manic episode, it's like, oh shit, what did I do? He got all kinds of money. It'll be interesting. It's still early in the divorce game, child. I'm sure he has family, but people that he's close to, that's going to keep his best interest at heart. You know what I'm saying? You off? You going to the gym? Oh, do me a favor. You headed out. Can you bring the excuse me? Can you do me a favor, please? Can you take that trash bag out? Because I think that might be the trash. Please, if you don't mind. I mean, if you mind, I'll do it later. But if you don't mind, can you take it with you, please? Thank you. I appreciate you. Love you bunches. But that's what I'm saying, Xavier. I'm surprised that they didn't try to do that. Kim reportedly trusts him with the kids, but I'm certain they will need someone to supervise him. I trust his intentions. I don't think that he intentionally will hurt his children, but we're dealing with mental illness, and people with mental illness don't mean to do the things that they do. They said hello to their favorite millennial. She said hi. Yeah, Xavier, I'm surprised that I didn't see Chris trying to get some conservatorship. But again, Miss Honey brings up a good point. It is early in the game, honey. It's early in the game. So I just wanted to clear that up, that Kanye is not worth 6.6 billion. It's closer to 1.8 billion. But again, I'll take it. I'm just saying. All right, let's talk about this Kirk Franklin situation. Now, we talked about it earlier in the week, but some things have unfolded in the interim. So let's go on and address a few of these issues. Now, and I meant to put this in the title and I didn't. I have family with bipolar disorder and schizophrenia. It is tough. And that's what I mean, P. I don't think he intentionally would do anything to his children, but when you're off your meds, especially schizophrenia. Schizophrenia gets very, very, it can be, let me be clear, it can be very, very dangerous. It can be very, very dangerous. So I trust his intentions. Yeah. All right. So in the interim, Kirk Franklin, we know, son released a tape over the weekend of Kirk Franklin cussing his ass out. Now, us over here of the tribe, the majority of us in the tribe were okay with what happened. We felt like, one, we knew that what we heard had been chopped and screwed. And my thing is, if you want me to side with you, let me hear the whole conversation unedited, uninterrupted from beginning to end. Okay. Based on what I heard, my initial reaction was, okay. Because I know I'd have been cussed out. I'd have been cussed out. Okay. Then we started hearing more information. We started hearing, so some other people spoke up defending Kirk Franklin, Ricky Smiley, and Steve Harvey. Now, those were the first two people. I'm just trying to go, this may not be the exact timeline. I'm just going through all the stuff that has happened over the last few days. I'm going to say this about Ricky Smiley. Some people have criticized Ricky Smiley for stepping in and saying something, but this is what I'm going to say about that. From the way Ricky Smiley is talking, he is friends with Kirk Franklin, and he has been involved with this situation, meaning he knew about the situation. He knew about the challenges that Kirk Franklin has had, and he had details about them trying to get him help and going to counseling and some of the things that Kirk Franklin has struggled with his relationship with his son. Okay. So it wasn't just coming out of nowhere. He sort of had some intimate knowledge of some different things that had happened. Right? Two, same thing with Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey took up for him, but it seemed like it was coming from a place of, I kind of have a little bit of background information on what's going on here, not just somebody on the outside looking in. Now, then this is what did it for me. Carrion's mother actually did an interview. Now her interview, it went left a couple of times, but the crux of it was she defended Kirk Franklin. She said that they have always had a pretty good co-parenting relationship, no matter what their personal relationship was. They had a pretty good co-parenting relationship, and that Carrion has had issues for a long time, and that they have tried to get him help for a long time, and that he has been in therapy for many years. This didn't just happen overnight. It didn't just start. And she said, let's be clear, he probably got tapes of me cussing his ass out. Well, she didn't say ass because she wasn't cussing, but he probably has tapes of me cussing him out, because you know what? I'm human. I ain't perfect, and I've lost my cool a time or two. So if he gonna release it, tell him go on release it now. Go on get it out the way. Go on say what you got to say, son. Now, Kirk Franklin went on the Tamron Hall show, sort of telling his side of the story, and he went on to say that he has not given up on his son. He will pick up the phone when his son calls, and he will continue to try to get help for his son, and he loves his son. He ain't mad. It is what it is. We're going to move on. Now, here's where the shit get a little dicey, y'all. Another tape has leaked where Carrion is allegedly accusing Kirk Franklin of molestation. You know what, Miss Honey, you took the words right out of my mouth. You took the words right out of my mouth. Speaking of mental illness, everybody ain't lying on you, Carrion. People on Twitter talking about parents should be a safe space and Kirk is Carry On's abuser, people are getting ridiculous. You know what? Here's the thing. Your parents can be a safe space and they can still cuss you out when you're wrong. How about that? How about that? Why can't be both? Why can't be both? You know what I'm saying? And so they need to leave Kirk alone. His son ain't no baby. All of this, most black parents go hell off on their kids at some point, at least once in a lifetime. I'm so done with this situation. Listen, Lauren, it ain't even black parents. White parents go off on their kids too. I mean, I know the stereotype is that they don't, but they do. Trust me, they do. Now, this is what I'm going to say about that situation. I don't know. I wasn't there. Let me preface by saying I don't know because I wasn't there. But let me tell you what my opinion of the situation is. My opinion of the situation is I don't believe it. I do not believe that Kirk Franklin abused that boy. Not sexually. I do believe that this is a situation that they have been dealing with for many, many years that started around high school for whatever reason. But I'm with you, Miss Honey, and y'all know I ain't got nobody's doctor degree. I didn't go to nobody's medical school, so I'm certainly not diagnosing no damn body. However, it does seem like there's more there. The sister alleged that there's some drugs involved, and it can be both. A lot of people with mental illness self medicate through drugs. So it could still be that there's some mental illness there. I'm not saying that it is or that it isn't, but I do feel like I don't agree. I don't believe that Kirk Franklin molested. I just don't. That doesn't mean he didn't do it. That does not mean he didn't do it. This is my opinion. That doesn't mean that it didn't happen. I don't put nothing past nobody. It's just how I feel, though. I do feel like, though, that there may be some mental illness here. Maybe some self-medicating with drugs. He's 33 years old. This didn't happen overnight. By all parties involved, they've been in therapy for a long time. By all parties involved. The mama said they've been in therapy for a long time. The daddy said they've been in therapy for a long time. You know, and the mom even went so far as to say, listen, we were teenage parents and we didn't get it all right. We made mistakes. So she's even acknowledging that, listen, we weren't perfect and maybe we did do some things that created the situation that we're in now. But we tried to figure it out. You know, and whether they went to the church for therapy, whether they went to a professional for therapy, I don't know. But sounds like they've been in family therapy for a while. But I'm gonna say it speaks volumes to me. It speaks volumes whenever you have a situation like that, a co-parenting situation where they were never married. You know, they just been co-parents since they were teenagers. And I'm sure Kirk wasn't always a perfect, father, didn't always make the best decisions. But the fact that she supported him and said, listen, I got Kirk's back. She said, I'm doing this interview because I don't want him out here by himself. And I don't want him to feel like I don't have his back because I do. I got his back. I support him. And I saw some people saying, oh, that's financial. I don't think it's financial because, hell, the boy's 33 years old. I ain't saying Kirk Franklin maybe he throws her a bone every once in a while, but I certainly don't feel like he's financially taking care of this woman. Not at this point, he ain't. The boy 33 years old. He ain't cutting her no damn checks. And I don't believe she did this because if this were, this is how I feel about it. If Kirk asked her to do it, she'd have been on Tamron Hall with him and his wife. He'd have brought her on a national platform that would have gotten all the publicity that he got. This was a radio show, seems like a gospel radio show. I had never heard of it before. I'm going to say that. That doesn't mean it's not popular, but it certainly ain't on the level of Tamron Hall. So I feel like if this were him saying, girl, I'm gonna throw you some dollars if you have my back on this. I feel like she'd have said her piece on Tamron Hall when he went on Tamron Hall. That's how I look at it. My aunt with schizophrenia accused my other aunt of stealing her husband, and she was never married ever. Yeah, I mean, I have a family member with schizophrenia, and Lord, the thing, I mean, she accused us of being devil worshipers. She accused us of working for the CIA when we trying to get her to go to the hospital. We worked for the CIA. We were sending her to Russia. I mean, listen, that's why I said schizophrenia is very, very dangerous when people are not on meds. It's yeah. Yep. So that's my 2 cents on the Kirk Franklin situation. And again, I wasn't there and I don't know. That's just my 2 cents from the outside looking in. I got the same information y'all have. I know the same thing y'all know, child. I know the same thing y'all know, child. That's the Supreme's wig. Didn't say Kirk help all. What? I don't know what Belize said, child. Oh, you talking about her? Yeah, that was a lie. No, see, Miss Honey too. No, I can look at her hairstyle and tell she ain't getting no money. Y'all terrible. Y'all terrible. But I agree. Listen, I agree. I agree. Carry on needs to be an inpatient somewhere. I'm being serious. This is truly bizarre behavior, but should have been addressed years ago. Yeah. And here's the thing, and I'm gonna say this, and this from personal experience. And I know Miss Belize will probably say the same thing, and anybody else in here who has dealt with a family member dealing with mental illness. The way the laws in this country are written, it is really, really hard once somebody becomes an adult. It is hard. It's hard to get them to respond. It's hard to get them in a hospital, and it's hard to get them to stay because the way the law is written. And this happened under a Democratic president, okay, under Bill Clinton. He changed the laws. And don't get me wrong, they needed to be changed. But sometimes in the law, we overcorrect. And so the mental health laws were very anti-patient, pro everybody else. If you just wanted to put a family member in a mental institution, the bar was very, very low. And so they reformed it, and I forget the exact patients' rights. It was like the Patients' Rights Act or something like that. And they changed it. And then it swung the pendulum all the way in the other direction. And now the bar is really, really high, meaning you have to actively be showing that you are a danger to yourself or to others. And I told you guys this before with, and my best friend, she spoke on it before. We had a candid conversation on here before with her battles with her mom and her mom's mental illness. It got to the point where her mother knew what to say to the doctors. Her mother knew what to say to the doctors so that they wouldn't keep her. And so she would show up. We would get her to the hospital. The doctors would come in and she would know exactly what to say. I told you about that time that she looked over the doctor's shoulder and winked her eye like, yeah, bitch, I'm going home. And one time we got her ass to the hospital and she beat us back to the house. I said, how the fuck? We got back to the house and her car was out front. I said, how the fuck? How she get here before us? So it's not as easy as it seems. You know, if he's over 18, you know, you have to give people time to, I don't want to say you have to give people time, but sometimes it takes people time to come to that realization. Something's wrong with my child. Right? And then if it didn't show it, because it seemed like they had a really good relationship until high school. And again, a lot of times with mental illness, it can hit at any point in time. But let's say it hit in high school. Well, he's damn near 18 at that point. So once he turned 18, that's assuming they accepted that there was something wrong. You know, we go through all of that. Oh, he just being rebellious. Oh, he's just tripping. Oh, he's running with the wrong crowd. Oh, he just getting high. Like you go through all these other stages before you get to my child might have mental illness. And by that time, he 18. What you gonna do? Exactly, little baby. They know. They know. Right. To get somebody admitted, you have to in that moment, they have to be showing evidence that they are a danger to themselves or an immediate danger to others. So if the police show up and the person's talking about being suicidal, okay, the police can take them. But you can't say to the police officer, 5 minutes ago they had a gun to their head and said they was gonna shoot themselves. If they ain't got that gun to their head at that moment, or if they ain't talking like that, guess what the police are gonna say? Because they're held to what the law says. Exactly, P. Exactly. It generally hits in late teens and early adult years. That's why so many kids drop out of college. Exactly. Exactly. That's usually where that trigger hits. That's usually where that trigger hits. Somewhere in there, in the chemical change that happens around that time period, that is usually, and that doesn't always mean it. I mean, some people, it doesn't show until they're later on in the year. My best friend, her mother did not have her first episode. Now, there were, of course, when people looked back on her behavior in her younger years, there were certain things that were like alarms, but nothing that stuck out. But she didn't have her first break until her late 30s. If Kirk knew that his son deals with mental illness and he said what he said to his son over the phone the way he did, then I'm definitely looking at no. See, Cameron, I'm gonna disagree with that as well, because listen, until you've dealt with it, I'm sorry. My best, and I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna defend my best friend. So y'all walk lightly when I say this, because if you come at my best friend wrong, we're gonna have a problem. But my best friend and her mother have gotten into physical altercations. My best friend has cussed her mama slam out. Because again, yes, you are dealing with someone who has a mental illness, but if they still coming at you a certain kind of way, listen, we are all human. We are all human and we all break. See, okay, watermelon sugar, exactly. Showed up in late 20s, early 30s. Yeah. Oh my gosh, at 19. Yeah. The bar is high. My family's member would stop taking her meds and end up roaming the streets, which almost resulted in the state putting their kids in the system. Yeah. Yeah, first of all, I don't know. It's all speculation, y'all. I don't know nothing about these people. It is all speculation, okay? But I'm just saying, when it comes to when people are dealing, when people are dealing with family members who have mental illness, especially when it's immediate family, parent, child, it is very easy to be on the outside and say, "Oh my gosh, how could you talk to your mama like that?" And your mother is in a mental. But listen, her mama did listen, listen. She has physically assaulted us, and I say us because I'd have been a victim. Now, I didn't hit her mama back, but trust me, I thought about it. She has attacked her. Like I said, they have been in a physical altercation on more than one occasion. She physically attacked her children, where she had to defend her children and jump in the way of her mother coming for her children. So it's really easy to be like, well, if you knew it was a mental illness, then no. I'm telling you, if you ain't dealing with it on a regular basis, and again, you never know who you getting, because one day they on their meds and life is good, everything is great, we going out to family dinners, we having a good time, and then they stop taking their meds, and a week later, I promise y'all, one time we was. All right, I'm gonna say this and then I'm gonna get off on it because I only have a few more minutes left. I'm gonna say this and then I'm gonna move on to the next day. We used to get to, up until this year, because of COVID, we didn't do it. But for like the last 20 years, every New Year's Day, we get together and we have breakfast. We start off the new year together. We have breakfast that morning, no matter how late we were out the night before, no matter how drunk we got. I mean, because there was some New Year's breakfasts that me and some other folk were still hungover, and we were just there. Like, I ain't eating nothing. Don't put no runny eggs in front of me. I don't want nothing. but I'm here to fellowship with the family because we were just starting because her family is my family. We've grown up together. We've been best friends so long. Her family is my family. We are meshed into one. And so I'm like, I'm just here to fellowship and start the year off with y'all because I don't want no food. I just want to get back to my bed. So the last couple of years, because her mother passed away last year, the last couple of years, it got to the point where we stopped telling her where we were going for breakfast because she would cause such a scene. We never knew who was showing up. We never knew whether she was going to be on her meds or not. And like, there were times when she legit would just like bring 4 or 5 people that we ain't know, never heard of, ain't never seen these people before. And then when the bill come, she waiting for us to pay for all of them, her and her friends. We was like, what? I don't know these motherfuckers. So we stopped telling her where we were going. So the last time she showed up with one of her friends that we don't know. She literally stood up in the middle of the restaurant, blew she had a horn around her neck, not like a trumpet horn, but like one of those like seashell type horns, like the coral. And she blew into the horn and she started preaching in the middle of the restaurant. Yeah, one by one, we got up and left. We left her ass right there in the middle of that restaurant. I don't know you. I mean, she drove herself there. I don't know you. I don't know. Like, she literally stood up in the middle of the restaurant, blew her horn, and started preaching. Ma'am, I don't know you. I don't know you. I got about that thing so fast, I couldn't get my check. Listen, I think I was one of the first ones to leave because I saw that shit coming. I saw her when she stood up. When she stood up, she blew that horn. I said, all right, y'all, I'm out. No, ma'am. I'm not cheap. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. What's up, Danny? And it is Pacino. I can laugh about it now. And that's the kind of stuff we would like in the moment. It wasn't funny. You know, we definitely called the police. We definitely tried to get her in the hospital. Like, we did all of that stuff. But again, when the police showed up, they were like, she not hurting nobody. Like, she might be disturbing the peace, but not even violently. She just preaching. Like, you gonna arrest somebody for preaching? Like, what you gonna do? You know, we told them what her mental, what her mental background was and everything. But they were like, we can, all we can do is ask her to leave the restaurant. If she doesn't put up a fight, if she peacefully leaves the restaurant, there's nothing we can do. Child, listen, we can look back on the stories now and laugh at them, but in the moment, they were not funny. My cousin, my cousin Chris, he had knee surgery. And he was literally like still on crutches when one of these times she was having an incident and we were trying to get her in the hospital and she kicked him in his knee. And when I say she kicked him full throttle, like with all, and she wasn't no little woman. Like, she was well over 300 pounds. Like, she wasn't no little woman, probably close to the 400 pounds. Like, she wasn't no little woman. And when I say she probably put all 400 pounds in that kick and kicked him dead in his knee, listen, I'm telling you, this the kind of shit that was going on, y'all. When she got up, I would have been right at the door. Listen. Yeah, she had one of them, I guess that's what you call it, a conch. A conch, horn. Child. So was. She got up and she had it tied around her neck. And I saw the horn but again, she used to dress weird anyway. And, she didn't wear no bra. She didn't wear no deodorant. She did all kinds of crazy stuff. So I was used to that kind of stuff. But baby, that thing, every time, that thing still cracks me up. She blew that damn horn in the middle of that restaurant and started preaching. Y'all. And it's not funny, but it's funny. Like, it's funny because it's funny, but it's not funny because, she was mentally ill. But it was funny. You know what I'm saying? Ooh, child. All right, y'all. What else I said I was going to talk about? Because I only have a few more minutes. Hold on. Let me make sure. Oh, we're gonna say this, and this might be a bigger conversation for later on too. The fallout between Meghan Markle and the media in the UK continues as a private investigator admitted to getting her and her family's personal information for a British tabloid. Daniel Hanks, a U.S. private investigator, said during an interview with the BBC that he obtained very personal details for The Sun. That's a British, rag, like the National Enquirer. The information included Meghan Markle's social security number, address, and phone number. He said he wanted to speak on it to clear his conscience. I'm deeply sorry for what I did, and I'm available if your lawyers need to talk to me. I'm ready to give you what I know, supply you with any information. I just wish this had never happened. While he said he received some of the details legally, that didn't hold true when it came to getting her social security number, which he referred to as the key to the kingdom. So again, she not crazy, y'all. She not lying. She not making this shit up. Okay? Okay. And we keep talking about the British press, and somebody was like, oh, well, the U.S. press is bad. U.S. press ain't as bad as they're not. I'm sorry. I saw this story, and he got paid peanuts too. Child, well, that's his fault. That story made your knee hurt, child. Listen, that's one of them things. We bring that story up, and he'll cuss you out for bringing that story up. He was, oh my God. Like, he ended up going back to the emergency. He went back to the ER. That's because, again, he had just had surgery. I mean, not, but he was still going through the rehab phase. Child. But yeah, and so, again, I know, like, the people in this room, for the most part, we preaching to the choir. But there are people, you know what I'm saying, who still want to act like Meghan is crazy and Meghan is ridiculous and Meghan is lying or Meghan is making this stuff up. Oh, because I even had somebody say that to me. Well, it's not that bad. It wasn't that bad. And I'm like, the British tabloids are worse than the U.S. tabloids. They really, really are. They really, really are worse than the U.S. tabloids. And I'm telling you I'm telling you now what I told y'all then, and I will continue to say. The British tabloids killed Princess Diana. They killed that woman. And I don't mean like I'm just saying her car was speeding that night because they were trying to outrun the paparazzi. They killed that woman. The British press cracked the code on a missing girl's cell phone and fucked up evidence. Yeah. Now, and I also know, because remember they sued The Sun. I think it was The Sun that they sued for wrongful death, and The Sun won. Whereas I think here in America, I think The Sun would have lost based on the laws here in America. The wrongful death bar is very low here in America. Very low. The Sun would have probably lost here in America if someone died in a car crash as a result of you chasing them. Yeah. If she's lying, sue her. Right. If she lying, sue her. A black woman could single-handedly dismantle the royals. Right. If Meghan Markle plays her cards right, she could sue the press and end up owning them. Well, again, the laws in Britain are very different. But remember, she did win a lawsuit it was like 2 weeks ago. She won a lawsuit against the tabloid that published her medical records. Because remember, they didn't announce that they had a miscarriage. The tabloids announced that they had a miscarriage. And they had to sort of confirm that it was true. I think the person who made the baby complexion statement was Prince Charles, the Queen, or his brother. Just the fact that Harry refuses to speak on it lets you know it was close to home. Well, I'm going to say this. Harry was very clear to say it won't his grandmama and it won't his granddaddy. He cleared up who he wanted to clear up. Let's be clear. He cleared the names of the people he wanted to clear. He said it won't my grandmama and it won't my granddaddy. He cleared who he wanted to clear. Let's be clear. He cleared who he wanted to clear. Let me say this. I really think, okay, this is me on the outside. I am no royal watcher. I've seen a couple of movies about, Princess Diana and the things that happened around her death and documentaries and stuff like that. I'm not that up on current royal stuff, okay? However, I really think Harry is her favorite, the Queen's favorite. I really think Harry is the Queen's favorite. So I really don't think that she was tripping like that. That's not to say that she innocent because the Queen done did her dirt, y'all. I'm not saying that woman is innocent because trust me, she done her dirt. But I'm just saying in this scenario, I just think she's too old to give a damn anymore. She know that Harry ain't never gonna be king. There's almost no scenario at this point where Harry becomes king, unless all of them die in some freak, plane crash. There's almost no scenario where Harry becomes king. So I don't think she was even worried about it. I really don't. Again, that does not mean that I'm saying that the Queen is innocent, because like I said, I know the Queen got some shit with her. I know she do. Hold on, y'all. Let me make this phone call real quick, because it is 6 o'clock. Let me get ready to get off of here. But hold on, let me make this phone call real quick, child. Let me see what's going on. Right. It would take a zombie apocalypse. Right. It's just he's too far in the line right now. Because remember, we got the daddy, his brother, their 2 kids. Like, it's just... Especially with his ass living forever. Right. All them royals live forever. Well, we know they got that good health care, child. They don't do nothing for a living. All they can do, they get paid to stay in good health. That's it. They get paid to stay alive. Oh, Lord, I need to go pick up my prescription. I got to make it. I'll do it tomorrow. I'm not doing this with you, Belize. Let me get ready to get off of here. Hold on. Oh, here it is right here. Hello? I'm still waiting for the link. You got the link? Okay, well, I was on my live. I was rushing to get off my live, but if you ain't got no link, then I guess I'll talk a little bit more to my people. No, I'm about to get off my live now, but I was gonna rush. Okay, well, I'm about to shut it down in a few minutes. And then I'll be ready then. Well, I gotta put mine in the microwave because I ain't cooked no chicken. I went and bought my chicken. Bye. That was Spill It Boy. I don't have the link yet, y'all, but we still gonna shut it down. So I'll be ready when she does send the link out. That way I'll be ready. Queen will die on the throne to limit Charles's time as king. Now that's the one who I think she don't like. I don't think she liked Charles that much. I don't think first of all, I don't think she respects him that much. And I don't think she likes him that much. Now that's just my 2 cents, y'all. I don't know that woman. I ain't had tea with the Queen. We have had no conversations. That is my 2 cents. I think in the end, she respected Diana. Now, she ain't had no love for Diana, let's be clear. She ain't had no love for her. But I think in the end, she respected the fact that she walked away. She didn't like it, but she respected it. I think. She didn't like it. Let's be clear. And I don't think she liked Diana. But you can respect somebody and still don't like them too much. I don't think she liked Diana because I think initially she saw Diana as weak. Because remember, she was groomed for this. And I think she saw Diana as weak because it was like, wait a minute, you were groomed for this. You knew what the expectation was. Take that shit, take your lumps and keep it moving. But I think she learned the lessons from what happened with Diana. And that's another reason why I don't think she was part of the bullying parade on Meghan. That's why I do believe that Charles was. Because Charles ain't never liked, well, I ain't gonna say he ain't never liked his wife, but he certainly didn't respect his wife. And he didn't treat her with any kind of respect. But I think while all of that stuff was going on, no, the Queen didn't respect Diana and she ain't like her too much. because she thought she was weak. But I think the fact that Diana walked away, and once she walked away, a lot of y'all, now people in my age group remember, but people who are younger, y'all don't remember the what Diana created for herself after she left the royal family. Everybody thought she would shrivel up and die. She did the exact opposite. I mean, she was best friends with Versace and Elton John. She was sitting, you know, at Paris Fashion Week in the front row of Gianni Versace's you know, fashion shows, and she was hanging out with Elton John, and she created this whole, she did a lot of work for AIDS research and supported, you know, the cure for AIDS, and she created her own lane away from the royal family. She was seen as a good mother who loved her sons, who protected her sons. And I think when Princess Diana died, the Queen got a lot of backlash. The Queen got a lot of backlash when Princess Diana died. And I think she learned from that, and that's why I believe that she wasn't, I think that she was like, if that's who you love, then go ahead and marry who you love. Especially for Harry, because again, there really was no concern about Harry marrying a future queen. Did I watch The Crown? I haven't. Well, I started The Crown, but I'm not up to, I'm way behind. But I started watching The Crown. I'm way behind. I'm not even gonna say what season I'm on, because y'all gonna be like, girl. But yeah, I'm way behind. Yeah, Diana became more popular than the royals, you know, and it was almost, by the end of her life, it was almost as if people forgot where she came from, because she had created her own lane and everybody loved her. The smear campaign that they tried to put on her didn't work. It didn't work. It wasn't successful, and it didn't work. They absolutely loved Diana. The Queen was a good movie about the days of right. I saw The Queen, Brandon, and that was a good, and I think it was a good movie to show how the Queen felt. Like, listen, she left us. She divorced the family. She left us. I'm sorry she did, but my focus is on my grandkids. Like, she immediately went into grandma mode, and the country was waiting for her to acknowledge it, to say she was sorry, and she was like, she's not one of us no more. Why I gotta talk about it? Like, she really was like, but she's not one of us. She ain't part of the royal family. Why I gotta? And she like took her grandsons and went away, got them out of town, got them away from the paparazzi and the media and stuff. And she went into Mama Bear. She was protecting her grandsons. And so that was a good movie. The Queen was a good movie. Mm-hmm. You remember when she died? Yeah. I remember the night that she died. I remember finding out the night that she died. Okay, I'm going to get off of here right now, y'all, because I'll be ready whenever they click the link. So I'm going to be over on Miss T Velocity's channel. I'm getting ready to shut this down. Thank you, guys. Those of you who have supported, with Helen Mirren. Those of you who have supported me with the Avon, thank you so much. And go on and use that stimulus and get you some Skin So Soft. Go on over to the Avon link and get stimulated. Go on and get stimulated. Okay, go on over to the Avon and get yourself some stimulation. Queen Watermelon Sugar, drop the link. Y'all go and get y'all some stimulation over to the Avon link. Okay, but I will see y'all later on this weekend, and I will talk to y'all later. Peace.